John Calipari, not very many people like, which makes him a lot like baseball, if you will. Had some comments this week about the NCAA. Shabazz Napier came out and said that he's going to bed hungry earlier in the week, and Calipari responded that the NCAA is like the USSR, right? It's still powerful and can still hurt people, but it's about to just disintegrate, and it's done. And he had some really interesting comments as well about things he would do to fix it, because of course he has a book coming out, so he has to advertise that. Guys, what do you make of John Calipari's comments?
Look, here's the thing with John Calipari. This sounds like he's ready to leave Kentucky. This sounds like a man who's ready to leave the NCAA.
I swear I'm not going to the Lakers.
I don't think. Take one look at that roster, and you might not want to go to Los Angeles.
He has more talent at Kentucky than the Lakers do.
He certainly does. There will be some jobs open. I would love to see him maybe consider the Detroit job or maybe even the Utah job. The Utah has a lot of young talent, and they are going to have a top pick this year. And the media market won't be as intense. When he was in New Jersey, it didn't go so well.
Right.
So if he comes back, and again, I'm jumping to a conclusion because we're talking about the Soviet Union comments. But like you led off with, Napier had things to say. That was before the game.
It all feels like this is falling apart on the NCAA.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And
in his post-game presser when receiving the award, he's like, thank you, shout out, guys.
That's what happens when
you
ban us, right? Like that's
and that's not even the NCAA's fault. UConn had its own issues on that one.
But I mean, Evan, what do you make of this?
No, I agree. The system that we're currently in, you see unionization with Northwestern. You see the demise of the college football into more of the playoff system where it's all money-based and it's a big money grab. There's going to be this point where you're going to have to reach a point where you say, well, we got to either pay these players or compensate them with food, medical benefits, things like that.
And we talked about this a couple weeks ago in that, they're student athletes, but there's just a survey done. These guys are spending 50 to 60 hours a week in season on sports. The word student doesn't come first in that equation if you're spending 60 hours a week on your sport, and the fact that in 40 states in this country, the college football or basketball coach is the highest paid public employee in the state. You can't tell me this is just a game in college that they should be playing for the love of the game. The NCAA just signed a 14-year, $10.8 billion TV package for only March Madness. Not even the rest of it, only March Madness. These guys need to get paid, and NCAA is fighting it, and he's right. They're going to fall apart, and something's going to change because this can't continue.
I think those comments will ring somewhat hollow if he, obviously stays at Kentucky, obviously making that salary. But if he jumps in the NBA, then, these are what we're left with.
And he has the problem that he's been caught cheating before. So he does lose a little bit of credibility with some people.
But that and his teams can't make free throws at the end of the game.